Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on February 6th, 2025. Welcome to another survived day on the planet. Grateful to have you aboard, and welcome to the Daily Do. Always starting out here looking at our sun for the past 48 hours. Pretty busy. Plasma filaments, solar flares, and more plasma filaments. Creating quite a coronal mass ejection. Not in an Earth-facing direction. Having a look at the last 48 hours incoming, cresting into view, we do have a couple active sunspot regions, as you can see there. Did create a big coronal mass ejection on the backside of the sun. And this is a look at outgoing imagery. We saw the plasma filament yesterday. And as well, very active sunspot region. Getting ready to turn away. Having a look at multi-spectrum, pointing out the last 48 hours of events, and as well as showing the coronal hole magnetic field of our sun, as that is now Earth-facing position. Expect the coronal hole wind stream to be affecting Earth within the next the next 24 to 36 hours, increasing our solar wind speeds. Looking at another light here, just amazing images brought to you by Solar Dynamics Observatory, mixed with daily events worldwide. Loops of plasma and amazing. M-class solar flare reported today, M7. And just 2 days ago, we had the M8. And it's from the same sunspot region, 3981, which has not completed its Earth-facing party just yet. Big M-class. Having a look at that sunspot region in motion. Amazing to be able to see the fluid motion, the surface of our sun. Infrared imagery, of course. Having a look now at our sunspots. Multiple sunspot groupings turning away. 3 sunspot turning into view right behind the coronal hole wind stream. And there's the massive 3981 who belted out the M-class solar flare today, putting us into level 2 radio blackout impacts, moderate. Solar winds are coming in at 480 kilometers per second right now. Watch for that to be over 500 or 600 over the next 24 to 36 hours. Solar X-ray flux showing the strong M-class solar flare today, M7. Solar proton flux, static. Geomagnetic activity hopping up to a KP3 today. Space Weather Prediction Center has not updated their spiral yet, but there is a small update in the CME that's headed our way, as we are expecting the impact tonight and overnight tonight. Pretty much midnight will be the start of most of the space weather event, which is a glancing blow. Big CME taking off from the backside of the sun here on ISWA, right towards the Parker Solar Probe. LASCO 3, showing here from the beginning of February. As Mercury has been coming in, we've seen about a dozen solar flares just in the past 4 days, if not 15. And we've seen multiple coronal mass ejections from plasma filaments. Noted, aware and prepared here with daily events worldwide. Mercury getting ready for a backside retrograde. And then look at this most recent CME from the M-class solar flare that was attached to a plasma filament. Letting go right here. That's a large CME. Stay tuned to Daily Events Worldwide. We'll give you the most recent updated imagery as they come in. Tonight's aurora forecast versus tomorrow's, both small likelihood of a nice view up in our skies over the northern lights. Now let's have a look at earthquakes. Some activity coming back to the Nazca Plate and South America. No deep earthquakes to report in Fiji. Largest earthquake the last 24 hours was a 5.4 the Philippines. And this is a pretty quiet earthquake map compared to what we normally look at in a 24-hour period. But most of the earthquakes are way over here in Greece, as they've seen almost 3,000 earthquakes north and northeast of Santorini volcano. As well, a notable earthquake here, 4.2 northwest of the region. But this region is shaking, and watch for possible submarine volcanic eruption. Santorini volcano showing signs of unrest. So is Colombo. Look at these earthquakes all around here. There's another place where there was a volcanic eruption. This whole region is full of island volcanic eruptions. Greece, rocking and a-rolling right now, and thousands of people are being evacuated from the island regions. And all of a sudden, all the activity disappeared from Africa and moved north into Greece. Really makes you wonder what our African plate is doing. Having a look now at the last 7 days for shakers and movers around the world, we have not seen a large magnitude earthquake in quite some time. The largest last 7 days was a 5.7. Stay tuned, aware and prepared. Notable earthquakes, East North American plate. And as well, Greece, which is a situation that is still developing. We could see a large volcanic eruption. Stay tuned. If you haven't seen the most recent volcanic activity report, please check it out. We have 76 active and erupting volcanoes right now. Heads up, Pacific Plate. Kilauea is still pulsating. And it's getting pretty weak up here, Juan de Fuca northward to Alaska, the Bering Strait. Haven't seen a large earthquake through Alaska, and this is where I'm watching. Having a look now at the sulfur dioxide emissions forecast, brought to you by Windy, and as well our 76 active and erupting volcanoes. Notable eruptions here, Kilauea, and as well through Mexico, Santa Maria, Fuego, Popocatépetl, but northeast Pacific region, not sure what erupted there, and I don't know if maybe that was a plume being sucked up northward from Kilauea. But still, this seems to be a little bit of a concern as the air quality in the northern hemisphere seems to be getting worse and worse. All of the continual activity through South Africa and as well now Russia. I'm not sure what erupted over parts of western Russia, but there is a pretty large SO2 cloud coming out of there. Earth is bursting at the seams right now. Let's have a look at world weather. Big system scooting across the northeastern United States and Atlantic provinces. Multiple lows coming through this week. Low pressure system coming out of Colorado for the 12th into the 14th around Valentine's Day. Watch for mixed precipitation all across eastern seaboard United States, and then watch for the doozy of a storm towards the 18th and then into the end of the month, the end of the forecast with the 20th reoccurring. Finally, the high pressure breaks down and multiple systems racing in from BC, Washington coast, overlooking Africa, Southeast Asia, and Australia. Still cyclones developing. Not many of them making landfall, but pretty strong system affecting Western Australia. The long-range forecast. Having a look now at Pacific Ocean, as there are multiple lows in the West Pacific right now, hitting a very strong high-pressure boundary, west coast of North America. Eventually, that high-pressure ridge is going to break down. Multiple systems coming inward, Washington, BC coastline, one right after another here. About 6 low-pressure systems in a matter of 4 days. So, heads up West Coast, you've got a wet and wild week ahead. Let's have a look at our polar vortex. This is showing our upper-level winds on our planet right now. as we have a very oblonged polar vortex. Magnetic field of our planet is being affected here, and it is visible. Where's our North Pole? Well, if you've been paying attention here with daily events worldwide, I've been telling you that it has drastically moved northward towards Siberia. So our original magnetic north of the planet has changed. Look at the southern hemisphere versus the northern. Equatorial winds upside down. I want to thank you all for watching. This is a pretty peculiar sight right now, looking at a very strangely shaped polar vortex. Thank you so much for all the follows recently. Do you think we can make it to 90,000? Strike the like, comment, and share. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your daily due.